All right, so we have one more speaker for the day before we go on our second march. The next speaker is a fantastic, very good man. Doesn't really need an introduction, but it's a privilege to call him a great friend of mine. He's the host of the MCJ report that everybody knows and loves, exposing the government corruption, calling them out. He's also a fellow hardcore lockdown protester. He's been there on the front lines. Please welcome Morgan C. Jonas.
Good afternoon, everybody. How's everyone going? All right. Welcome to the Worldwide Rally for Freedom 6.0. How good is this? My goodness, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank the organisers for putting on a great job. But most of all, I'd like to thank each and every one of you, because what you proved today is that it does not matter how many times they knock us down, we always get back up on our feet. For the past 2 years, everybody here has been subjected to inhumane treatment. We've lost our jobs, we've lost our livelihoods, we've lost our friends. Has anybody experienced that? Friendships that have gone? We've been forced to do things we didn't want to do. Many of us have been assaulted, and some of us have even ended up in jail for what? Speaking up for freedom. Well, I think that I speak on behalf of every single person here today when I say that 2022 is the year that we save Australia. Let me hear you a bit louder. We're going to take our country back this year or what? All right. That's what we need. We have an amazing, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity this year to put a dent in this system and to restore freedom. Now, as many of you know, I've been nominated by the United Australia Party to stand for the seat of Flinders. And I can tell you that all throughout the country, there's lots of good, decent, regular Aussies that are standing with a variety of different minor parties. Some are standing as independents. And I can't stress how important it is for us to support each other, because this is our one chance to get those traitors out of office and to get people in that actually love this country. Who here thinks that is absolutely what we need to do? I tell you what, each and every one of you standing here today, there's a fighter inside of each and every one of you. The Australian fighting spirit is alive and well. You have a chance to contribute towards reinstating freedom in this country. And reinstating freedom, look around, that's exactly what we're going to do. Now, I've got 10 visions for Australia. I'd like to share them with you, and you can let me know what you think about it. I'm going to read off a list of 10 and expand. 1. To put an end to trade deals that damage and destroy Australian industries. 2. To tax incentivise the rebirth and reinvigoration of Australian manufacturing. 3. To aggressively reduce the size and scope of government. The government's entirely too big. I tell you what, I think a great place to start would be getting rid of those really pesky authorised officers. What do you reckon? They need to go. What a disgrace that we pay their income for people like that. It's just absolutely disgusting. All right, number 4, to permanently expel the pharmaceutical lobby from Canberra. 5, to repeal and replace the pseudo-medical board, otherwise known as APRA. Never again can we allow for medical professionals in our country to be punished for simply telling the truth. 6, and I think you're going to like this one, the implementation of an independent media oversight committee to hold the mainstream media accountable for every time they lie. There's a lot of journalists out there engaging in some of the most disgusting defamation that I've ever seen, and it's only right that they're forced to stand up and be answerable for the damage they've caused. Is that fair enough? 7, to investigate COVID-related fraud and misconduct for the purpose of holding those accountable who have violated their positions of power during this time. They need to stand up and be held answerable for their crimes. Is that fair enough or what? 8, as well put by Harrison before, the implementation of a legitimate Australian Bill of Rights. I think we need it. 9, okay, this is going to take a lot of work, but I'm down for the challenge, so I hope that you are as well. Number 9, the implementation of direct democracy, okay? So at the end of the day, when it comes to absolutely rubbish pieces of legislation that undermine our freedoms, such as the Pandemic and Management Amendment to the Public Health and Wellbeing Act, it should be you and I that have the final vote, not a couple of lousy crossbenchers. By any means necessary, and by every single avenue available, we must take power away from the government and put it back into the hands of those who deserve it, which is us. It's not them, it's us. And last but not least, the complete removal of pandemic emergency powers, full stop, period, no more. What has the government proven during this time? They've proven they cannot be trusted to be in possession of this type of executive authority. They've done the wrong thing, they've exploited it, it needs to be taken away from them. They can never be in a position again to impose things such as face masks, social distancing, lockdowns, and most of all, we got to get rid of the mandatory vaccinations. That's it. And the QR codes, all of it. I said it before and I'll say it again. The only place these rotten face masks belong is in the rubbish bin. Is that fair enough? I am so sick of seeing these things out in the street. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. This is 2022. This is our time to strike. Now, I've said it before, but I'll say it again, and that is the time for talk is well and truly over. So let me ask you this. Who here this year in 2022 is going to do whatever it takes to change the course of history for Australia? Who here is willing to dedicate your time and effort to getting those traitorous politicians voted out of office and to getting good, decent people voted in? Who's willing to help with that? There's so many good people putting their hand up around the country from a range of different parties. I really encourage you to get in touch with them because at the end of the day, let me tell you this. I don't care the extent to which those people in office have screwed us over. Australia is still the greatest country in the world and our country is worth fighting for. Who agrees? It's game time, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to put boots on the ground. Now, there is one more person that I'd like you to hear from today. She's somebody very special to me. She spent 22 days in solitary confinement fighting for all of us. Monica, Monica. Guys, she needs no introduction. Make her feel welcome.
Well, if they can't keep me down, they sure as hell can't keep you down. I'm just one person, and now we all have each other. I mean, the community that we have built together over the last 2 years is a community that will last forever. And we will always be better people because of what we've gone through. And this is what they did not count on. They did not count on people like us being strong and passionate and not giving up. So So you are the reason that we are going to win this battle against tyranny. And I want to tell you, on the December 4th, 20 countries around the world protested at our consulates and embassies to stand in solidarity with Australia and expose the human rights abuses that we are going through. So thank you to those 20 countries. Thank you, thank you. And because of that, Reignite Democracy Australia has now been able to network with the entire world. So joke's on them for trying to silence us. But anyway, so I just want you to know, I want you to feel confident that things are definitely happening and there absolutely is hope. Remember that our enemies have been planning this for decades, maybe even over a century. We've only just figured it out, right? Maybe some of us a bit longer, but we've only been fighting back for 2 years, so don't worry, it's happening. Like, people are coming together around the world. We're going to start doing things like they do, which is mass propaganda and things like that, but propaganda that's actually true would be nice. So I just want to give that to you guys as hope, and soon there's going to be some really big announcements about that. Now, one more thing I just want to say is I actually think the real pandemic is that our fellow people all around the world have lost purpose in their lives. And that is why they have fallen for the lies. Because every time they put that mask on, they feel a part of something bigger than themselves because they've lost purpose. They walk outside, they see other people wearing masks, they feel like they're a part of a community. And did you know that 65% of Americans say that their job is meaningless? And 60% of Americans say they don't have one meaningful relationship. So, the pandemic has provided them purpose and meaning in their lives. Now, what can we do with that information? We need to let these people know that we are a community and they can have purpose with us, okay? So be patient with these people. Have empathy for these people, because soon they are going to realize that we've been fighting for them the entire time, and we are going to want to welcome them into our community. So try to be as empathetic and patient as possible, because one day we're all going to be together again. I also just want to say, and I've made a few posts about this, but it's time for us to figure out where our breaking point is. Where is the line for us? Because once we realise what that is, we're actually going to be unstoppable. Okay, so how many times are you willing to do something you don't want to do before you wake up in the morning and you hate who you are? You can't do that. So make a decision now, and don't regret the decisions that you're making. And so I have this saying, you will never regret trying, but you will never know. Yes, you will. Sorry, I did not prepare this speech. You will never regret trying, but you could regret not trying. So try while you still have the time. So I'll finish on this. Good always prevails. The truth always comes out. Every day we wake up is one day closer to us getting our God-given rights back. It's going to happen. So until then, stay strong, stay focused, and I will see you all in the newly liberated society that we are building right now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Morgan C. Jonas and Monica Smith. What's the ETA on the Freedom Babies, maybe,
After this, make it a joke.